Shalom, 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 Israel. First off, giving all honor and praises to the Most High, to His Son Yahushua, with the battle axes of the Most High, coming to you with another Sabbath class breakdown. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters that are watching online. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters in the building. The name of today's class is Spiritual Examination. Spiritual examination. We want to make sure that we take these self-spiritual examinations, especially coming out of tabernacles. We know tabernacles is a fun time, some of brothers and sisters' most favorite high holy day. You know, after having a good time, but it's always spiritual implications behind tabernacles, man. What is one of the spiritual implications of tabernacles, Brother Balak?
I guess unity, gathering together.
Unity, that's a great point. Unity of gathering together. Also unity of what? Working together. That's a great point. Brother Renoir, what's another spiritual aspect behind tabernacles? Come on, think about the classes.
Spirits, just other spirits, like being around other.
Be more specific though. Think about it. What is tabernacles? Tabernacles is comparable to what? Y'all bodies. What is the noun lumber aspect with that? Who can help Ak out? Go ahead, Brother Ezra. Yeah, the wilderness, but what specifically? Wilderness of sin. What you got, Brother Jonathan? Speak loud, huh? Experience is a part of it. Go ahead,
No, he just said spirits. I didn't know if you heard it.
Oh, spirits or experience?
Spirit, that same thing Renaud said, we want a little more.
Yeah, that's right. What you got, Brother Ezra, right?
Get our spirits right, because our bodies do tell them that to the Most High.
That's right. Done. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Remember, also it's many applications. You want to make sure that you are putting your tabernacle on a spiritual foundation. Remember, when we out there building your tabernacles, there's certain bowls and certain goodly trees that we need to build up our tabernacles with. That on a spiritual level is us building ourselves up spiritually with what? With the law and faith in Yahushua. Remember, it's always a carnal side, but more importantly, it's always a what side? Spiritual side, a deeper spiritual aspect. And we can never lose sight of it. Never when it comes to the scriptures. I always look about the spiritual implications when you are reading the scriptures. Come. First precept we'll open up with. Let's go to the book of Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 40. Because real quick, Daoud, who wrote the book of Lamentations? I need brothers to know these things. Basic understanding. Who wrote the book of Lamentations? Daoud. Do you know? I don't know. I'm asking you, brother. How you gonna ask me? Jeremiah, man. The book of Lamentations is a book about what? Mornings and woe. Why?
Babylon came
and destroyed them. Brothers have to know the historical context behind these books. Don't just read these books and not know the historical context behind them. Because once you understand that, hey, it puts you more and more into the spirit. The Babylonians came in and destroyed us as a nation of people. When they came in, they burned down the walls, killed the women, killed the children, sold the men into slavery. Had their way with us, man. So Jeremiah the prophet was writing this book talking about all the destruction that he's seen and the mourning that came behind this. Lamentations chapter 3 and read verse 40 out.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, and verse 40. Let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord.
It says, let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. Meaning what? We have to see what things that we deal with. We have to try our ways with the Spirit of the Most High. Meaning, is my life lining up with thus saith the Lord? Am I doing the things that the Bible is telling me, that the Most High God is counting on me to do? Or am I just in the truth just to be in the truth? Think about these things. Because you may have a husband that's in the truth. And he may just be in the truth because of his wife. Then you had a reverse side of it. Oh, I'm just coming because he want me to come. No, you have to really, guess what, serve the Most High God with all your heart and all your soul. And these are things that we have to constantly examine as a nation of people. Am I really in the truth to be in the truth to serve the Most High? Or am I just, guess what, going about my ways? Just doing something to pass the time. Read that again from the top. Start up at verse 39.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, and verse 39. Wherefore doeth a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins.
A man for the punishment of his sins. So why even complain when you know that you are committing sin? Why complain? Because if anybody knows anything about the scriptures, we know that the Most High God does what? He judges us for our sins or for our disobedience. Read on up.
Verse 40. Let us search and try our ways.
Let us search and try our ways. What are we trying our ways with? With the words of the Most High. And seeing if our spirit aligns with the spirit that the Bible gives out. Are we wearing our fringes? Am I growing my beard? Am I diligently taking notes? Am I reading? Am I fasting? Am I trying to grow as a husband to teach and to guide my family? Am I trying to grow as a wife? Trying to do what? Be more and more submissive unto my husband. This is the spiritual examination that we must look for and examine each and every day, especially after we coming out of the tabernacle. A great tabernacles, might I add, man. Had a blast out there. Like we say, the unity. Brothers are doing great classes on that. I was watching Brother Ezra class. The unity that we seen, the work that brothers was putting in, you know. Can we build upon those things? Yes, of course. And guess what? That's what this is all about. Steady building and growing and growing. Read on up.
And turn again to the Lord.
And turn again to the Lord. Meaning what? Repent. This is something that we have to examine after the tabernacles as well, man. Because guess what? A just man does fall. A just woman falls, man. But the thing is to do what? Turn again to the Most High. Read on up.
Verse 41. Let us lift up our heart with our hands unto God in the heavens.
Into the heavens. This is what we must do as a nation of people. Read on up.
We have transgressed and have rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned.
And the Most High God did not pardon us from that, man. That's why we went through the Babylonian captivity. Hell, that's why we're in this American captivity as we speak. And if people are saying that this is not a captivity because we have cars, you may have a nice job, you may can afford a house. Remember, captivity is what? Rulership over the planet Earth. If those things don't exceed that, that's captivity, man. Straight up and down. Paying taxes. Having to go to work. That is captivity, man. Because when you have the kingdom, all those things will be laid out aside to you. For you to enjoy your wife. For you to enjoy your children, man. For you to enjoy keeping the Most High God's high holy days to the fullest. You ain't got to be checking your time. Hey, Cap, man, I got to get up early, man. I'm going to be out, man. Like, I'm right behind you. I got to get up early, too. Like, dang. Can't stay with the night crew kicking. But remember, sometimes the night crew, they work at night. Or work in the morning. So it's always that unjust balance when it comes to this captivity. Letting us know that we are in a captivity, man, without a shadow of a doubt. Read on up.
Verse 43. Thou hast covered with anger and persecuted us. Thou hast slain. Thou hast not pitied.
Thou hast not pitied, man. That's what we have to do as a nation of people, is turn back to the Most High and examine ourselves. And this is what the prophet Jeremiah was doing. He understood why we was catching hell from the Babylonian captivities. Pull it up, pull up Siege of Babylon 586 BC. because this actually happened. This is recorded in history. And this is the history that brews need to be keen upon, man. What was another time we got seized as a nation of people? Any brew? What you got?
When the Assyrians came,
When the Assyrians came after the Babylonians.
during the time of Judah,
During the time of Judith. What is another major? 70 AD. 70 AD is when they came and destroyed Jerusalem for what? For the second time. Brothers need to know that. Brothers that desire to want to teach. Because the thing is, sometimes you may have a Christian come up and may know a little bit of history. And you're like, I know he went over there in class. I just didn't write the notes down, man. We had to tap you on the shoulder. Come on, brother. Bring out the edification, man. So remember, the things that we go over, man, these things are key for brothers' understanding to be able to teach these things out there on the streets.
what do you want?
Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem, 586 BC, siege of Jerusalem, 586 BC. Yeah, 597. Pull up images, go back up. So we see that this was our people, even though we know, quote unquote, they have whitewashed these things. This actually happened to us. They cut off our food and water supply for a number of years. The same thing that they did in 70 AD. Think about these things. Why? Because these things are going to come back around again. Think about it, man. They don't need to physically do that. They can just shut your water off from what? From the water company. These are things that we don't even tend to think about, man. They can just shut your water off. So these are some of the things that happen to us. Go back to the other one out. Try to get less Edomites in there as possible, man. Esau, hell. We just, we got to look at it from afar and just pitch ourselves in that thing, man. But this is what happened to us as a nation of people. Slide, go back up. Slide over to that end. So this is what happened to us as a nation of people, man. They surrounded us and they burned down our walls, robbed us blind as a nation of people. So by us self-examining ourselves, seeing that this happened to us, you better make sure damn well that we don't want this thing to happen again, man. You brothers and sisters understand that. That's why visuals are very important, man. That the Most High God, guess what? Spare us in that time, man. And if not, then we know that if you died keeping the commandments, then what? The dead in Christ shall rise first.
Right.
Because this is something that happened to us as a nation of people. You got some up?
Yeah, so another thing coming out of the tabernacle, like I said, examining our spirits is also knowing around the time frame of the 7th month what was going on. So around the 7th month of the year, it was a heavy month. You know, with us having a lot of high holy days with atonement, new moon, memorial blowing trumpets, and tabernacles. We also, 7th month was signifying a lot of things in our time frame. One of the things, let's go to Ezra chapter 3, verse 1. Because coming out of tabernacles, like we said, you got to understand, we know tabernacles is going into, like we talked about before class, our bodies, right? Building back up our bodies, right? Building up our tabernacles to be able to withstand what? Because guess what's coming up? The mean season is coming up, right? The mean season is coming up, right? The winter season is called the mean season, right? This was a time that we had everything ready for our crops to be able to endure this time. Now we're looking at our lives, our bodies to be able to endure this mean season that's about to approach, right? So in the 7th month also, we rededicated the temple. We came back and rededicated the temple.
Right.
This is what we have to be doing, understanding it. Read Ezra chapter 3, verse 1. Ezra chapter 3. Shalaki, I don't know if I said Ezra, but Ezra. All these things, man, it's a lot of things in the 7th month that signifies understanding for the children of Israel. We have to come back to the understanding of, like we said, examining your spirit This is what we need to be doing, rebuilding our temple. This is what the tabernacles was for, right? Read this out.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 3, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And when the 7th month was come,
The what month?
the 7th month was come,
Uh-huh.
and the children of Israel were in the cities,
Read on.
the people gathered themselves together as one man.
What did the people do?
The people gathered themselves together as one man.
So we gathered ourselves together as one man. That's another thing that I asked you. I said unity, right? That's one thing about tabernacles. Unity. We ought to be a stronger knit congregation coming back out of the tabernacles right now, right? Dealing with brothers and sisters, man, having a great time, right? With our new brothers, the new families, right? We should be able to have a better understanding and knowing of each other now, right? Coming out of the tabernacles. It's a part of unity. In the 7th month, what did the children of Israel do? Read it again.
The people gathered themselves together as one man, said Jerusalem.
Uh-huh. One man. We came back into unity, having strong spirit as a nation of people, right? As a camp right now, as a BATTLEAXES camp, we should have strong unity coming out of the tabernacles, right? This is another thing that signified the 7th month. Read on.
Then stood up Jeshua, the son of Josadak, and his brother, the priest, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, and builded the altar of the God of Israel.
So in the 7th month, we came together knitted as one person, right? We were in unity, and we would rebuild the altar of the temple of the Most High God. This is what we have to do. Right now, they build that altar. What we are rebuilding? Our bodies, right? Every one of us should be rebuilding our temples right now, right? Making it stronger, right? Seeing, I'm going to tell you, seeing brothers get exalted, right? That should make your temple want to get stronger and stronger, right? These are the things that are encouraging, that we want to encourage each other to be able to see and do, right? So in the 7th month, right? And this is after the Babylonian exile, right? We would rebuild the temple in the 7th month, right? So this is something that we want to make sure that we understand. Read verse 2 out.
To offer burnt offerings their own, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of God.
Read 3.
And they set the altar upon his basis.
Upon his basis. What is his? The law of Moses, right? That law. We set the altar upon the way that the Most High God gave Moses in Mount Sinai, right? Read.
For fear was upon them because of the people of those countries. And they offered burnt offerings their own unto the Lord, even burnt offerings, morning and evening.
Read on. We'll read 4.
They kept also the Feast of Tabernacles, as it is written,
Read on.
and offered the daily burnt offerings by number, according to the custom, as the duty of every day required.
So you see, just to show you around this time frame, right? Around this time frame, right? It's a heavy month for us. We rededicating our temples after coming out of the tabernacles, understanding the tabernacles is our bodies right now, right? So just to show you things that we should be looking forward to. Now coming out of the tabernacles, we should be getting stronger and stronger in our bodies. Stronger and stronger in our spirits, like I was saying right now. Spiritual examination. Do brothers and sisters see that? Do brothers and sisters see that? I'll praise. Go ahead, Al.
Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 27 and verse 20. Because even like Captain Yara just going over, man, that thing should light a spirit, light a fire upon the brothers and sisters' spirit. You know, it should light a fire. It should inspire brothers and sisters to go 10 times harder for the Most High in this truth, man. Somebody, it's a beautiful thing, man. Seeing the sisters wake up, you know, we was getting breakfast in order, brothers out there on the grills, no matter if twins and them was burning the sausages or not, man. You know, it didn't matter, man. They dropping sausages, and I'm telling them to pick them things up. It's a spiritual 5-second rule. Wash that thing up. Yeah, Officer Keenan, throw it in the trap. Put the damn thing in there. Yeah, I eat it. But Ken like, well, you gonna eat it then, Cal. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if Bruce won the pancake contest or not. You know what I'm saying? Or the sisters did not win. Y'all know, we won that thing, man. But these things should light a fire up on the brothers and sisters. Look at a little bit of nine. Give me some credit. A little bit of nine. Cook the eggs for the whole congregation. Damn. Okay, brother? A little bit of nine. Cook eggs for the whole congregation. Now he did his thing. They was good. Sister Jenny. do this thing, man.
Very good.
Brothers putting in the work. You know, we always give a shout out to now Officer Resertot, Ezra, Brother Renard. They do their thing on the grill, man. They do their thing. Captain Yari. Yeah, I'm on that brisket. I was calling him like a mug.
He didn't say that too long.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to give y'all that. We want to come over no messed up stuff.
I was calling you like a mug.
Yeah, it didn't look good to me. That first one was good because I kept it all night, but that second one, it didn't look too good. So I didn't want to give it to y'all.
God, all praise. Go to the Exodus chapter 27, and verse number 20. Because these things should light a fire upon the brothers and sisters, first to examine themselves and to take that examination and do what you know you hadn't been doing. You know, like I said, if brothers lack the understanding on certain precepts, hey, study, memorize, go over these things 10 times hard. For sisters, like we say, lackadaisical, hey, take this thing to the next level, man. We want to always one up or be better than we were the day, the week, the month, and the year. Read this right quick, Doc.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 27, verse 20. And thou shalt command the children of Israel,
Read on.
that they bring thee pure oil, olive beaten, for the light to cause the lamp to burn always.
It says pure oil olive beaten for the light to cause the lamp to burn always. Exodus chapter 27, verse 20. Read it again, book, chapter, and verse up.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 27, and verse 20.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt command the children of Israel, that they bring thee pure oil olive, beaten for the light.
So in that time, we had to get the olive trees, the olives, to beat it. To do what? To be able to extract the oil out. Think about it, man. On a spiritual level, man. This is what we're doing right now. The Most High God is weeding out all the impurities and beating us to do what? To extract that light out of us. Meaning the work that we need to be put in as a nation of people, man. Because remember, we do this thing on a smaller level with congregations. But then it impacts us as a nation when we come together. And Lord's will, we make it to the wilderness, man. We have to take this same understanding and guess what? Put it on a bigger scale. Read on up.
To cause the lamp to burn always.
To do what up?
To cause the lamp to burn always.
You want to have to oil in your lamps, Salakia. To have your fire doing what? Burning always. This is something that they did in the temple, and this is how we have to take this on a spiritual level in our individual and on our personal lives, man. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Read on now.
In the tabernacle of the congregation.
In the tabernacle of the congregation. Read on now.
Without the veil.
Read on.
Which is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning.
From what up?
From evening to morning.
Read on up.
Before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever until their generations on the behalf of the children of Israel.
So on a corner level, we have to beat the olive oil so that the temple could be lit evening to morning. On a spiritual note, we take that same understanding and apply it to our individual selves. Take that light. What is the light according to the scriptures, twin?
Proverbs 6 and 23.
Let's get that right quick. We take that same light and have that same light doing what? Burning inside of us, man, to keep us on fire in this truth. Let's get that right quick to show you what that lamp is.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp. It's like it. And the law is light.
And the law is light. That's some heavy, heavy stuff. And we want brothers and sisters to meditate on those things, man. Let those things inspire you. That's what the words of the Most High God is there for. To comfort us, to inspire us, to get us to do what? To work more diligently. To work out the kinks that we have in our spirits. And to guess what? To be that king, to be that princess that the Most High God commanded us to be. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 24 and verse 2. This is a precept that brothers should have for what? For Exodus chapter 27, verse 20 and 21. This is a precept for that. Saying the same thing. Leviticus chapter 24, start at verse 1.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 24, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel, that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light.
For the what up?
For the light.
For the light. Read on up.
To cause the lamps to burn continually.
You want your lamp to burn continually in this truth. Read on up.
Without the veil of the testimony and the tabernacle of the congregation.
Read on.
Shall Aaron order from the evening until the morning.
Read on.
Before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations.
Read on up.
He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually.
Read verse 4 again up.
Verse 4 from the top. He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually.
So remember, you have to put what? That candlestick. Fire goes on a candlestick. To have it burn, to be able to do what? To give light. Prime example, we need that. And our spirits are compared to what? A candle. What's the precept? Say it again out. Let's get that right quick. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 27. The Most High God is masterful at giving analogies and similitudes to hone in the point. Brothers and sisters need these precepts to better understand these things, man. Proverbs 20 and verse 27.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord.
It says the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. Read on.
Searching all the inward parts of the belly.
It searches all the inward parts of the belly. So you want to make sure that you take that fire and put it on your what? On your spirit. So that you can do what? Give light. Do brothers and sisters understand that? What you need again, Brother Azariah?
What was the precept for?
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 27. That's a precept for Leviticus chapter 24 and verse 4. Going into the candle. Make sure that brothers underline it. Precept for candle. Read that again from the top. Book, chapter, and verse.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord.
So your spirit is compared to a candle. You're supposed to do what? Put that fire on your spirit to do what? To be able to give light. Like when sisters wearing their modest dresses. That is a light for the younger sisters to see, like, hey, she just don't carry herself like Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. She carrying herself as a daughter of Zion, as a princess of the Most High. That's an example. Sisters need to see modesty, man. Because think about it, even at the schools. Think about how the younger sister dress. Hey, eventually, we always said this, we talk amongst brews. If we didn't keep God's laws, eventually people will be walking around her naked. That will be the next step. They literally doing it right now with the little fishnets on, man. Because guess what? It's no light that's being put out there to give a good example. This is what our job is as a nation of people, to be that light. So brothers and sisters can see the example and do what? Learn from those things. Husbands, guiding their churches, guiding their wives, teaching, man, being young, austere leaders of the nation, man. This is something that Esau is trying to flip on side our heads, man. Turning us into what? Effeminate boys, that's right. Totally taking everything, the divine order, out of whack. And the Most High God is not dealing with that, man. That's why it's pivotal that we keep this fire burning within us, man. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. You have something?
Who got another precept for the candle?
Bring it out.
I like Revelation 2 and 5. I definitely like that.
Make sure y'all write it down.
Candle. That's another precept. What else?
Alter Berkai got Matthew 25 and one for the 10 virgins, no oil and candles.
The 10 virgins. That's another good one. There's a couple more too. Anybody else got another candle precept? And you can light it up. Light it up.
Psalms 119 and 105.
Psalm 119 and 105. What you got, Fred?
8:16.
Luke 8 and 16. That's what I'm looking for. Luke 8 and 16. Matthew 5 and what? 15. Right? All these precepts y'all can put next to that candle, next to Proverbs 20 and 27. Yeah, I want to read Luke 8 and 16. Proverbs 24, I also said 24 and what, 22? Proverbs 24 and 20. Yeah, that's another one. The count of the wicked shall be put out. In this instance, we're looking for us being that counter though, but the counter nevertheless. But go to Luke right quick, 8 and 16. But this is all about what I was going into, right? Not putting that candle out, man. Coming out of the tabernacle, we ain't got no volleyball net no more, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got Renard out there flagging us on the play, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just, we ain't got that no more. All we got now is what, scriptures, and we back to the world, man, right? We back to putting this work in. But you can't put your candle out right now, right?
That's right.
We enjoyed ourselves in the tabernacle, but now we got to enjoy ourselves, what, being these true leaders, being those vessels that the Lord chose us to be. Read this out.
This book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 16.
Bring it out.
No man, when he had lighted a candle, covered it with a vessel, or put it under a bed, but set it on a candlestick,
That's right.
that they which enter in may see the light. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
That they that enter in may see the light. We are that true light to the world, man.
That's right.
When you out there on your daily basis, always remember, man, somebody is watching you. And they trying to see if you shining. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people watching you and they ain't looking for the shine. They looking for you to be dim. So they can look jot it down. Yeah, this nigga, he showed they been an Israelite today. He been the Israel nigga today, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at him. Always have that in your mindset, man. That you never put a candle under a bed. You never put it vesture over your candle. Your light should always shine, right? That's not safe at all to have a candle lit and then you put something over it, right? Let's go dim it, some go burn, and guess what? Eventually it's not going to be what a true light's supposed to do. Read it one more time.
This book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 16. No man, when he had lighted a candle, covered it with a vessel, or put it under a bed.
We won't do that. Read on.
But set it on a candlestick.
But we sit it on a candlestick. That means we proudly wear our fringes, right? We proudly walk around being modest women, right? We proudly walk around keeping the commandments and showing the nation of Israel that we can, in fact, keep God's laws and the commandments. We do this proudly, you know?
That they which enter in may see the light.
That they may enter in to see the light. We are that light to the Gentiles, man. We are that light. They need to see this light. So coming out of the tabernacles right now, it's time for what? Should your light be dim? Your light should be what? Shining as bright as it ever did, man. You should have that light on you, man. It should be that light bulb. When you get that idea, that light bulb should be over you, man. And guess what? The people should see that, man. And if you're walking and moving in the right spirit, they will see that aura on you, that spirit on you. Go ahead, Doc.
Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Great precept. Make sure that brothers and sisters write it down. Precepts for light, lamp, candlestick. Light, lamp, candlestick. In that order, man.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith.
Read it again,
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, and verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith.
This is something that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. We have to examine ourselves whether we in the faith. Meaning what? Not taking time off for this truth, man. We too far in the game for brothers to sit this one out. For sisters to sit this one out. No. Coach need us to play. Coach is the most high, man. Or the general, or we put him the GM, the owner. And Yahushua is the coach. And he need us in the game, man. There's no time out on these things, man. We understand we got broken down bodies. We understand captivity is tearing us up. But we have to understand the what? What's at stake here, man. Your spirit is at stake and rulership over the planet Earth is, man. The glory of the kingdom of heaven. And these things won't be in vain, brothers and sisters. Read on, huh?
Prove your own selves.
Do what, huh?
Prove your own selves.
How do we prove our own selves? Can a brother give me an example of that? Give me an example of that, brother, you right?
James 1:12.
That's right.
Just see what you're gonna do for
That's right. I'll give you a great example. Prime example is when temptation hits you. Whether or not you're able to overcome those things or not. Whether or not you do what? You apply the commandments or not. Because, give me another example. Let's say, brother got a spirit of stealing. What precepts your brothers meditate on? Brother Keith, Soldier Keith, Salakia. Soldier Keith in the building. Brother got a spirit of stealing. What precepts should you meditate on? Huh? Easy. It's already easy. What's the opposite? It ain't hard. Help him out, brother Azariah. That should not steal. Easy. If you know that you got a spirit of, guess what, picking up things that don't belong to you, sister, brother, you got to meditate on thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not envy. All those precepts are synonymous with each other. That's how you are able to prove yourself. Because the Most High God will put these particular spirits out there. Whether or not you're doing things out of order, according to, like thus said the Lord. Because we always grade brothers and sisters. We grade brothers and sisters on an individual level and on a congregational level. You know, we sit those things out. Like we was asking brothers and sisters. Brothers. I'm going to ask the sisters. Sisters, any sister that have been here, what spirit do we deal with as a congregation? What spirit do we deal with on a heavy level? Sister Genesis. Lust. We deal with that thing heavy in this congregation, man. Lust is going into what? Doing things out of order. You just can't wait. You got to scratch that itch. And brothers and sisters know what I'm talking about. Then when you scratch that itch, you find out that the person that you use to scratch that thing don't scratch good.
Whoa.
Or you find out that you don't like that person like how you thought. This is something that younger children, everybody needs to hear. Because it stops them from doing what? Going towards that direction. When you are not properly proven, brothers and sisters, when you're not going through counsel, through leadership, it's a order to, guess what? Having a wife, having a husband. What is the order, Brother Renard? Top to bottom. What is the order? Speak louder, huh?
The head of man is Christ.
Show me the order of you wanting a wife. Right.
Oh, okay.
Speak it to the mic, huh? Remember, we just went, go
You
ahead.
gotta have a job.
You gotta have a job.
Have your own place.
That's right.
I would say go to leadership.
That's right. You would say,
Yeah, you're definitely not going to leadership.
or would you just do?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Because the thing is, we're not trying to be in brothers and sisters' business, but according to the scriptures, that's how the Most High God has these things set up. A man has to have a job, has to have a place. Because where you gonna put your wife? You ain't got a place to stay.
Her house.
What did you say, Soldier Carl?
It was a joke.
No, I know, but what did you say?
Her house.
Yeah, her house. And I'm glad that I said that. So this is why we say, and I understand the nuances that goes with it. But why do we say men is preferably that men have their house?
Can't
Why?
get kicked out.
Twin.
So if they get mad, they can't kick you out.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Nigga, I'm on my cycle, nigga leave.
That's right. This is my house.
Mine.
We don't move like that, right? We don't move too much like that emotionally as much as the women do. So you definitely want to have your own place. And like I said, why would you not want to come to leadership?
That's right.
To help you within a relationship, knowing the stipulations that the Most High God put upon us, that the only way you can get out of a relationship is through what? Fornication, right? Or you will be sinning, right? Why would you not want to come to leadership who has been around in the congregation? We know pretty much the brothers and the sisters a little more, right? We give better insight, because I'm going to tell you. Now, we're going to give it to you real.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to tell you the truth. Hey, brother, hey, I don't think that's for you. I don't know if you can handle that.
For real.
Right? Or, yes, brother, you know what? That may be a perfect match. And then we'll run it down and tell you exactly why. This sister has this spirit on her. You have this kind of trait on you. We think those would match and mesh. Not saying that you have to adhere to the counsel, but we will give you that counsel, right, to help you better in your relationship. Who wants to go into a relationship and fail? Who wants to scratch and say, I don't want you to scratch me no more. Nah, ain't scratching you, no. Nah.
That's right.
You don't hit the itch, and the itch, you never get the itch. You know, you don't want that. Because that's not how we play the game in here in Israel. They can play it out there in the world.
That's right.
But we can't play that in here. So yeah, you definitely want to come to leadership, I would say. Now, brother, that's what it is.
That's right. For real.
That's what it is, man. Go ahead.
Read verse 5 again from the top, Art.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith.
Whether you be in the faith. Because anything that's not of faith is what? Is sin. Come on, Brother Fred. Read on up.
Prove your own selves.
Prove your own selves, man. And this is what brothers have to weigh that matter in the balance, man. Those opportunities, those particular spirits are going to be presented with you to see which way you're going to choose. Am I going to be submissive to my husband even when I don't like the decision that he made? Think about it. There's some things that brothers and sisters mainly have to meditate on. Am I ready to take this to the next level? You know, these are things that you have to prove yourselves by. Read on up.
Ye not your own selves.
Know ye not your own selves. Meaning you know what you deal with as a person. You know that guess what? Hey, I don't make good decisions, whether it be financially, whether it be family. I have to get these things in order. I have to seek counsel to guess what? Strengthen my understanding on making certain decisions. You know what you struggle with as a person on an individual level. We know these things. Discipline, it's a lack of discipline, slothfulness, all those particular type of spirits, whether it's sisters' mouths, where it's brothers' lack of inserting themselves in a leadership role, where brothers want to take the laid-back role, whether or not, guess what? You just let things just kind of play out, or you try to get it ahead of the game. You know what you deal with. Read on up.
Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Except you be reprobates. Meaning what? You don't want to come into this truth. You done came into the truth, and you didn't like how it was trying to order your life, and you want to go and be that Negro out there in the streets. Read on up.
But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
Read verse 6 again.
But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
I trust that ye should know that we are not reprobates, man. Meaning what? After the Feast of Tabernacles, we understand what the mission is, man. To take this thing 10 times harder. To go further and further. Give it in the book of Baruch. Seek the Lord 10 times more. Say it again, up. The book of Baruch.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God.
So it's our mind to go astray from the Most High. Meaning, well, we get complacent upon things that are in the world, going on with our family, going on with our health, going on in financial situations, because those are the main things that troubles us as a nation of people. Read on up.
So being returned.
So being returned, meaning you done repented. Read on up.
Seek him 10 times more.
Seek the Most High God 10 times more. And that's what brothers and sisters need to be doing right after this tabernacles, man. Seeking the Most High God 10 times more. Whether you have to read 10 times more, whether you have to, guess what, rebuke that slothful spirit 10 times more, to whether you have to instill a disciplined spirit 10 times more. You know what you deal with on a day-to-day basis. Leaders, captains, we can only see so much stuff. We don't see you when you go home, when you're in the own confinement of your own space. We don't see those things. We can only somewhat of a picture when we kind of see brothers and sisters in here. We kind of see them not acting like they normal selves, or see a spirit change on them from when we previously done saw them. So we want to make sure that we are seeking the Most High God 10 times more. Go back to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. Yes, I'm up.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
Read on, now.
Now I pray to God that ye do no evil.
Read that again, now.
Now I pray to God that ye do no evil.
Man, we pray, and that should be all brothers and sisters' prayer as a nation of people, man. Brothers and sisters should be praying for us as a congregation and further as a nation, period, man. That the Most High God do what? Strict brothers and sisters through their trials and tribulations. That the Most High God help us to overcome what we are dealing with as a nation of people, and that we do what? That we do no evil. Evil comes in many forms, man. Many forms. Read on up.
Not that we shall appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest.
Not that we should appear approved, that ye should do that which is honest. That's some heavy stuff right there, man. Because a lot of times we may see brothers and sisters sincere on the outside, but inwardly they're dishonest as hell. They don't have your best interest at heart. They don't have this truth with this best interest at heart, man. Read on up.
Though we be as reprobates.
Though we be as reprobates. Read on up.
But we can
Do nothing against the truth.
Read on.
But for the truth.
Read verse 8 again, man.
For we can do nothing against the truth.
Meaning what? Nothing is going to stop this truth, man. Whether or not a brother or sister is a reprobate, whether or not a brother or sister fall out of this truth, you can't do nothing against the truth, man. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Christians trying to stop this show, you ain't stopping this show, man. This is the Most High God show, and this thing is going to continually move forward, man. Whether or not you own it, or whether or not you not own it, man. Read that again, verse 8.
Verse 8 from the top. For we can do nothing against the truth. But for the truth.
But for the truth, man. You want to make sure that you're on the right side of history, man. You want to make sure that you're on the right side of the Most High, man, because it can easily be the other way, where he can cast you into outer darkness, take this truth from you, bug you out in the mind. It's a lot of things that the Most High God can do to brothers and sisters that's not taking this truth seriously. Go to Galatians chapter 6 and verse number 3. Start up at verse 1, Salaki.
It's the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault.
Because sometimes we have faults in this truth. Meaning what? Shortcomings. Read on up.
Ye which are spiritual.
Ye which are spiritual, meaning a person that's keeping the commandments. Read on.
Restore such a one in the spirit of meekness.
You want to restore a brother or a sister in the spirit of meekness. Read on up.
Considering thyself.
Considering yourself, meaning what? It could happen to you. You could fall at any given moment, brother. You could fall at any given moment, sister. So you want to make sure that, guess what? You correct your brother or your sister with meekness and humbleness. Considering yourselves, man. Because we all can go off at any moment. From down to the bishops, elders, deacons, captains, officers, soldiers, members, sisters, children. Read on up.
Lest thou also be tempted.
Lest thou also be tempted.
Read on up.
Bear ye one another's burden.
Bear ye one another's burden, man. That's another thing that we have to examine in this truth, man. Read on up.
And so fulfill the law of Christ.
Of what?
Of Christ.
And so fulfill the law of Christ. That law is going into what? What y'all think that law is going into? Bear ye one another's burdens. How do you bear one another's burdens? By doing what? What you have said, Son Nike? That's right. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Loving your brother as you would love yourself. That's how you bear one another's burdens. Make sure brothers write it down. Write that thing down. That's how you bear one another's burdens, man. Loving your brother as you love yourself, man. Meaning, if you getting on yourself about particular situations, guess what? You want to get on your brother as well, man. You don't want to see him fall. In no matter, man. That's why the Most High God commands us that we do what? Congregate as a nation of people. So we can do what? Keep P's and Q's on one another. Exhort one another. What you got? Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. The classic precept. That's a precept that all brothers damn sure better know. We go over that precept all the time. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Love your brother as you love yourself, man.
Let's get a precept. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 29. I don't know if brothers have it. If you don't, write it down, put it next to it. Bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Sirach chapter 29, verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 1.
Bring it out.
He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor.
He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor, man. His neighbor, your brethren, your people, right? Read on.
And he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments.
And he that strengtheneth his hand, he keeps the commandments, right? That's how you strengthen your hand, by what? Lending to your neighbor, by fulfilling the law of Christ, by continuing in the laws that were given to us, right? Not that this is some new law, the law of Christ, no.
That's right.
This is what Christ brought to us and showed us, man, right? To love your neighbor, man, as yourself, right? Going into your own brothers and sisters, man. So this is another precept you can prove with Galatians 6, the Sirach 29 and 1.
Go back to the Galatians chapter 6 and read verse 3 again.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, and verse 3.
So like in verse 2.
Verse 2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ.
And so fulfill the law of Christ. Read on out.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing.
When he is what?
When he is nothing.
Brothers have to be mindful of getting that what type of spirit? Puffed up spirit. Prideful spirit. Brothers have to be mindful of these things, man. Because just like the Most High God gave it to you, he can do what? He can take it away, man. As easily as he gave it, man. You have to be mindful of these things. Read on out.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing.
When he is what?
When he is nothing.
Read on out.
He deceiveth himself.
All you doing is deceiving yourselves, because you have to remember the Most High God gave us this understanding. He is the one that gave it to us. You didn't do it on your own. The Most High God ignited a fire in you to put it on your spirit to do what? To search for the truth. And then he made it what? Available to you. As easy as just going to the internet. YouTube. He did that. You didn't do that, man. Read on up.
But let every man prove his own work.
Saying the same thing. Every brother and sister have to prove their own work. And these are things that brothers and sisters have to think about. Did I do enough out there at the tabernacles? Did I help out as much as I could have? Don't get me wrong. We have our own families. But who do we still put first? The Most High. Of course we have our own families, but we still got to put what? The Most High God first. And this is something that brothers and sisters have to ask themselves. Did I do enough out there at the tabernacles? Did I help out when help was needed? Did I take the initiative? Did I have to be begged to come up there and help set things up? Was I forced to pick up trash? Was I kept reminded? These are things that we have to think about as a nation of people, man. Did I do these things with a what? Sincere and mixed spirit? I just Man, Cap, I swear to God, if this nigga Cap asked me to pick up some trash one more time, bro, I'm gonna lose. Or did we have that particular type of spirit, man? Think about these things, man. And if we did, ultimately, that's between you and the Lord. That's between you and the Lord. And remember, man, it's judgments that goes out for those things, man, if we not in the right spirit. We pray that brothers and sisters was in the right spirit, because like we said, man, we had a great time out there. You know, we had a great, great time seeing brothers putting in the work. You know, like we said, is there always things that we can build upon? Of course. You know, and that's what brothers plan to do. Lord's will, we here next year. Read on up.
But let every man prove his own work.
Read on up.
And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone.
But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone. That's some heavy stuff, man. It's nothing more when you can see yourself being proved. And you know you done overcame certain obstacles and certain spirits and done grew from particular things that you done dealt with. It's nothing better than that, man. Me, myself, before we came into the truth, dealing with smoking weed. You know, I love when I was, all praise to the Most High, was able to overcome that particular spirit, man. You know, it was a breath of refreshing, man. Even to the selling of the drugs, man, that was another thing, man. That was a refreshing spirit to know that I'm not doing something, for one, that's illegal, and for two, that's destroying my community, my nation of people. You know, that's a refreshing thing, knowing that you proved yourself on that. Now you can rejoice in that because you done overcame that. Just like with many other brothers coming over and trying to fight that that lust spirit, that disobedient spirit, that discipline spirit, sisters with that sass spirit. These are spirits, like we said, that we pray that brothers and sisters can overcome, so you can have rejoicing in yourself. Read on.
Verse 4 from the top. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone.
Read on.
And not in another.
And not in another, man. Read on up.
For every man shall bear his own burden.
You have to bear your own burdens, man. Meaning what? Each and every one of us have to walk through the kingdom by ourselves. We cannot take our wives with us. They can't walk for us. We can't walk for our children. That's why it's pivotal that do what? That parents teach and guide the children. That's why it's pivotal for us as a nation of people to, guess what? To help parent all the children, man. Because I can't be there all the time. And I'm going to get them a brother or sister behind if they see looking and not doing something and don't correct them, man. You know, because guess what? We are all eyes. Even like Captain Yara always said, we all leaders, man. We all parents in her. And that's how you bear one another's burdens, man. You got some up?
And to speak on that, like I said, read verse 4 again.
Verse 4 from the top. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another.
So it's cool to rejoice and exhort your brethren, right? To see them doing good works. But what about you, right? It's good to see, hey, yeah, brother Renoir did a great job in cooking, whatever the case may be. Yeah, we exhort them, brother. Yeah, brother Ryan did a great job in doing this and doing that. We exhort them, brother. But what about you, right? What am I being exhorted on? It's like that TikTok where they say, just give me my money, and they clap for him, then you say, give my money what? Nobody clap, because you didn't do nothing. Where's your clap? Just give me my money and ain't nobody clapping. You looking like, what the hell is going on? Why ain't nobody clapping? Because what was the work you put in, right? What did you do to get exhorted for brothers and sisters to say, hey, well, you know what, yeah, I did a great job too, right? So you want to do that because the first thing, like I said, like the scripture say, every man shall bear his own burden, right? We exhort one another, but we also look for ourselves. We got to do this for ourselves, man, right? So it's fine and to see another brothers and sisters in great works, but what work are you putting in, right?
That's right.
Always be looking for something to do, something else to do, something else to handle, something else that I can take care of. Right, an area where I can put forth effort for the kingdom as well as for the nation, right? So I always look at it like that, man. You bear your own burden, right? We exhort each other, but we also want to make sure that we do our own deeds first, right? Because nobody getting us into the kingdom but who? Ourselves, man. So just think of that.
I make a great point. We want brothers and sisters to always understand and to think about it, kind of put you in their mindset. What do I bring to the truth? What do I bring to the truth? How can I be utilized to help the ministry? Rezatok, what you think you bring to the truth? Officer Rezatok Salakia, what you think you bring to the truth? Works specifically. Be more specifically in detail. What you think? What do you do? Name something then.
From being on the grid to making sure, you know, we stay stocked up on certain things, from going to camp, you know, making sure everything is in order.
That's an admirable thing. Like I said, we want rules to be detailed. Twin, what you bring to the truth,
I would say a great reader.
Great reader.
And when I teach, whenever that is, a great teacher.
So how can you say that if you ain't whenever that is? So we'll scratch that off until it happens.
I mean, I taught a couple times with him.
Couple times? Yeah. I remember one time. What you bring, Brother Renard?
I'll be thinking about it.
What you be thinking
Think
about?
about what do you do?
I literally got this.
See, look, don't be shy. Look, when we ask brothers and sisters, man, don't be shy about, look, proclaiming yourself. Proclaim yourself in the work that you do.
That's right.
Because ultimately that work is for the Most High God.
That's right.
And the Lord said what? I'm going to see those works and I'm going to reward you openly. So it's not that you're trying to brag on yourself or nothing, but it's the works that the Lord is giving you to put into. It's the tools that the Lord is giving you to what? Bring to the camp, to bring that extra thing. You ain't got to say it, what? You do a great job of what? Cleaning the building, man. Just always being around helping out.
That's right.
Clean the building, you stay around, you do extra, you go the extra mile, right? You do more than what's required of oneself. Yeah, speak on that, man. You know what you do. You know what you do. You bring forth great effort. One of the best things about you I see is your effort, man, toward the truth, right? Because you bring extra effort, right? So yeah, don't be soft spoken on that, man. Hey, man, this is what I do. This is what I bring, right? All praise to the Father.
Man, I know y'all seen them comments up there. What y'all think was said up there? Especially when it came to twins. Don't even say it. Y'all already know. When you said what y'all bring to the truth, what y'all think people in the comment board said? They stomachs. Donovan, Officer Donovan said, guess what? I was going to say that. Brother, beat me to the punch, man. You know I do what the hell over there. Mama Mariah, what you think you bring? Mother Mariah.
You do it. Well, was you prepared?
Are you prepared? Go ahead. Give Mother Mariah the mic.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mama Mariah. Oh, no, this one right here. Hannah, this.
See some of these works that these sisters put in, man.
I try to get here and get things ready for communion, and if I do lunch, which I'm going to start doing much more than I've been doing in the last 4 months or whatever. But I think I stay late sometimes and help clean up the kitchen.
Come.
Those are great traits. Like we say, that is needed because we need that as a congregation for us having a building.
Right.
The Most High God allowing us to have a building. Go ahead, huh?
Also, the seniority of Mama Mariah, man.
That's
You
right.
know, we look at Mama Mariah as being one of our elder sisters, and you know, we look at her and her works, and guess what? She doesn't fail on that, man, right? You don't look at Mama Mariah and say, I don't want to be that sister. You look at Mama Mariah and say, I would love to be that sister when I get my shoes in that age. I praise to the Most High God, that's capable. So, yeah, that's good, man.
And And those some things, like you said, brothers and sisters don't know. That's what you got to meditate on, man. What do I bring to the truth, and can I do more of things that I bring to the truth, man? These are things that we have to contemplate on a day-to-day basis, man.
Sister Yariel, what do you think you bring to the truth? I appreciate that. Like you quick on your feet. Thank you. Give her the mic. It's all praises. You quick on your feet. It's quick thinking. And go we got to that side door. What do you think you bring to the truth, sister?
I don't know what I bring to the truth. I'm still figuring it out.
You still figuring it out? What's some of your qualities?
I don't know. I work good with children.
That's right.
Okay, that's one thing. You BATTLEAXES daycare. You are one of the I'm gonna say for general. you are one of the helpful BATTLEAXES daycare sisters that we have. And not just one, but all children, right? So that is a great quality, man. That is. Because man, we all gotta be able to pay attention to the children, man. And, you know, that's one thing that you do, man. Right? Oh, what, twin? You what you got, twin?
Yeah, because we ain't just gonna leave that there like
Okay.
that. We're not just gonna leave that.
Yeah.
So some other
Second
things.
is first is.
Yeah.
First answers.
I sew fringes for brothers.
All praise.
I make brother shirts whenever they want them. So
Exactly.
we just don't come to eat.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And like you say, hey, I have got a lot of shirts and orders from twins. So yeah, that's one thing they also bring to the truth, man, right? Shoot, diligence of putting in work with the shirts, man, you know, the gear, the freight. You know, Israel, we like to be clean, man. So I then bring that fresh gear, right? Who else? Brother Uriah, man, what you bring to the truth, man, while we ask it, man?
To be honest, not enough.
Okay. That's always good, not enough, because we always can go further, right? We can always do more, but what are some of your qualities or characteristics that you think the BATTLEAXES family needs or looks for you?
Being a body, being here.
Okay, a body, being here, what else?
How can I know brothers and sisters' qualities?
Without that, they don't know themselves. Do I gotta, what, do we gotta say it? Wait on us to say it?
I know brothers' qualities better than they
I
know
tell
their
you,
qualities.
you can brag on yourself right now, man. All right, as far as precepts, I keep one of the coldest young brothers I know with retaining precepts.
That's right, huh?
All right, I come to you and ask you a question on some precepts. Hey, what's this? Oh yeah, that's that cat. I appreciate it. Right? Come on, man. It's fine. I told you I don't be shy about this, man. I'm telling you, a lot of brothers looking at you right now like, yeah, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as you retaining precepts, knowing scriptures, man, that's what the BATTLEAXES family needs. We look at you on that, man. You do a great job at that too, as being a young soldier, man, for real.
And these are things, like we say, we want brothers and sisters to meditate on and go 10 times harder for the Most High God on. What is your administration? What is your gift in this truth, man? And take those things and, you know, take it to the highest level that you can. Jump down to verse. Now that's all we want on that. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 7. And say just building off of tabernacles, man. Steady establishing, getting ready for rededicating our temple to the Most High.
And what I just did is great because it's showing you that guess what I'm good at, what I can work on, right?
That's right.
Like you Ryan said, I can do more, right? So building ourselves, rededicating our temples, right? Like the class is called, man. Spiritual examination. Examining what you are good at, right? Some points that you can be better at, right? Some points that you are striving to become better in, right? So all these things work for the betterment of the class, man, what we're going into today.
That's right.
Brothers just want us to call you, we'll give you exhortation, that's fine. Y'all want us to exhort you, we'll exhort you. Y'all don't want to exhort yourself, we got you. Brother said they ain't trying to be prideful, I ain't mad at you.
Read that Matthew chapter 7 and verse 3 out.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye.
Another thing brothers and sisters must examine themselves on is trying to check brothers and sisters when you yourself is not in order. That's something that's a heavy, heavy spirit that's on brothers and sisters in Israel. Making sure that you have things in order, making sure that your household in order, making sure that you are in order, and then brothers can better be equipped to correct brothers and sisters that are new in this truth. Because remember, we do these things for the betterment of our nation. The new brothers and new sisters that come in have to see the routine, the spiritual routine that we have set up. You know, it's us, it's our job to be that example unto them. Read on up.
Verse 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye.
So you have a mote in your eye, and then you have a beam in your eye. Meaning you're not don't have things in order your damn self. Get those things in order first. Why? Read on up.
Thou hypocrite.
Thou what?
Thou hypocrite.
Because remember, that's a heavy, heavy spirit that Christians carry with them. And they're always looking to do what? Bounce that spirit back on us. That's why we always tell brews, when you come out to camp, we always ask the brews, are you dealing with something? Why? Because if you're dealing with something, you can't come to camp. Get over those particular type of spirits, whether they be smoking, whether they be lust. Get over those particular type of spirits, then come out so you can be more profitable for the ministry. Why? Because those are the main things that brothers and sisters that we engage are going to ask first. Brother, do you smoke weed? Brother, do you have a wife? Do you do such and that? Do you deal with lust? Do you eat pork? Well, how the hell you going to try to tell me not to eat pork and you still battling with pork? How you out here correcting brothers and sisters about smoking and you still smoking? How you telling us to wear fringes and you don't wear fringes? These are things that brothers and sisters must incline their understanding to and get these things in order, man. Read on up.
First, cast out the beam out of thine own eye.
First, get your spirit in order. Read on up.
And then,
and what?
And then,
read on up.
Shalt thou see clearly.
And then you are able to see more clearly. To do what? To be able to give correction to brothers and sisters. That's why we always tell them, even when new brothers and new sisters come in, they always ask us what? How can I get my husband, how can I get my wife into the truth? The answer, what do y'all think the answer always is? What you got? Get your own self in order first.
What, Matthew what? Matthew what?
I would go to 2 Timothy 14.
14 what?
We right here where I want to go. We can go to Matthew 6 and what? No. Somebody got to call it, because it's simple. Nah, I don't want that one. Come on now.
Now he didn't say he's asking for it.
Yeah, I'm asking for it. I ain't saying, I'm saying, where can we go? Like I said, they asked me, how can I get my husband and my wife? What they need to do first? Ain't, it's,
633?
yeah, I'm finna say number 34 scriptures in the chapter. Brother done said 17, 1, 10, and keep going.
633?
6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and what?
And his righteousness.
And what?
And all these things will be
And
added
all
unto
these
you.
things will be added unto you. That husband, that wife will come. But the first thing you need to do is come and solidify yourself in this truth, right? Seek first the kingdom of the Most High God. That's what I would take them, right? But just to put it on y'all mindset. Go ahead now.
Read on up.
Verse 5 from the top. Thou hypocrite.
Thou what up?
Thou hypocrite.
Read on.
First cast out the beam out of thine own eye.
Read on.
And then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
So you want to make sure that you examine yourself, that you're not falling under this what particular type of hypocritical spirit that a lot of times, like you say, brothers and sisters in Christianity deal with, and brothers and sisters in the truth as well, man. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 26 and verse 2. They say not a long class. Just want to make sure that we're covering and staying in the spirit and kind of feeding off that spirit from the tabernacles, man. You know, we got Officer Donovan putting great precepts in the chat. Captain Gerald Ball. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters in the chat. Read this right quick, out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 26 and verse 2. Examine me, O Lord, and prove me.
And do what, out?
And prove me. Try my reins and my heart.
It says, examine me, O Lord. This is what you constantly want to pray for. You want to pray that the Most High God examine you. And you want to make sure that you're asking the Most High God to do what? To put it in your spirit to correct the things that we are lacking in. We know things that we are lacking in. You know, we know those things. One of my things that I do lack in is being more disciplined of the things that I eat. I have to be more disciplined over my diet. There's no other way around those things, man. I know I can do it because why? 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. No temptation has taken hold of you, but such as is common to man. And Most High God makes us a way out of those things, man. This is something I have to pray more for and I have to fast more for. Can every brother and sisters say that? What are some of the things you lack, Brother Yazaliel? We have to, man. Because us, we know we're up under the curses according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. The foods are 62. Our health, our diet, man, these things are pivotal for us to do work in this truth. Thing is pivotal, man, because we got to go out there to the streets, have to stand out there on long hours. You have to have your health in better shape, man. Thinking about the things that we failed as a nation of people. You got some out? And guess what? Correcting those things, man. Read that again, huh?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 26 and verse 2. Examine me, O Lord.
Start up at verse 1, Salakia.
Verse 1. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord.
That's something we have to do. We have to trust in the Most High. Read on up.
Therefore I shall not slide.
Read that part again, huh?
Therefore I shall not slide.
If you trusting in the Most High, you're asking the Most High God to constantly test your integrity, meaning how strong are you able to hold up. Strict test. And you pray that the Most High God that He stops you from falling, man. Read on up.
Examine me, O Lord, and prove me.
Read on.
Try my reins and my heart.
And my heart, meaning what? Your actions and your mind. Read on up.
Verse 3. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes, and I have walked in thy truth.
And we have walked in the truth, man. That's why it's pivotal to do what? Keep the commandments. We hear Christians all the time saying that you can't keep the commandments. Well, that's not true according to the Bible. Why would Christ tell us to do something that He knew we couldn't do? That's why the scriptures is, I love that scripture, man. We ought to obey who? God. Rather than man. Man, is off. We see it all the times when Christians, when they can't even decide, when it's written plainly in the scriptures that we must keep the commandments. It's written plainly, man, because that's us doing what? Practicing a righteous rehearsal. Us striving to keep the commandments keeps our spirit in check. It keeps us in check, man. Knowing that if you go off even for a moment, your spirit, I'm going to tell you, that conscience, your spirit goes into the same thing. It's telling you, brother, don't do that. Don't do it. Whether or not a brother or sister do it or not, that's on them. But at least you got that spirit telling you what? Don't do it. Read on, huh?
Verse 4. I have not sat with vain persons.
Don't sit with vain persons, man. Unprofitable people. Read on.
Neither will I go in with dissemblers.
Meaning people that's trying to disassemble you from the truth, man. Trying to take you away. You have to be mindful of the company that you keep. That's a part of examining yourselves as well. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. They not, man. We love our family to death, but if they saying and teaching anything against us, said Yahweh, then you have to, guess what, disassemble from them. You can say hi, you can reach out, send them a text every now and then, and you mind the time that you're around them. No, Captain Ben and I saying, don't go visit grandma. I'm not saying that. I said what? Mind the time. Because she's like, baby, well, come here and eat some of these pork chops Granny cooked. What you gonna tell her? Baby, I raised your behind 30 years on this stuff. You gonna eat this. What you gonna do? Then she get that cane and beat the hell out of you. I bet she eat it then.
Talking like, start crying. Like, look, come on. Get on out of here, man. What we gonna get out of here? I didn't raise you like that. That's why you just gonna get away from the situation. Right? That's what we're trying to show you. Like I said, I didn't tell you don't go over there. But if your spirit, and you know your spirit ain't good enough to Granny cry, give me the pork chop, Granny. I'm gonna eat it because she crying. Oh shit, you need to get away. Me, my spirit was, I'll see you later, Grandma. Grandma, with that, I say shalom, Granny. I'm just gonna get out of here. But I ain't playing the game with you. You can't cry and get me this time. Right?
Because we say these things because what? They got the holidays coming up, Halloween. Then they got the other holiday, what? Thanksgiving. Now that's the time you ain't heard from Granny in I don't know how long, but she gonna call you on that day.
And see what and see, I'm gonna tell you, Esau's so crafty. So they don't call it Columbus Day no more. What they call it? Indigenous People Day. It's just crazy. They don't try to call it Halloween no more. What they call it?
Trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat. They call it what else? What y'all call it? Fall Festival. Fall Festival. Because they know that these things are wicked and they are not of the Most High God. So now when they try to do it, well, we're not doing it for that anymore. We're not just calling it Halloween, it's just a fall festival now, right? Don't fall into that, man.
Right.
Those are tricks of the heathen, how they try to persuade us into indulging in their holidays or holidays, right? They crafty, man. What you got, twin?
Like for the younger people, instead of, because they know Thanksgiving they know it's wicked, so they try to say like Friendsgiving and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do that. It's a Friendsgiving, right? That's what they call it too. I've heard that before too. Friendsgiving, not Thanksgiving, but Friendsgiving, right? So, and then there you go with Granny again. Well, we just getting together. Come on, baby, we just getting together, baby. I mean, and you gotta rebuke that, man. Hey, look, well, I'm not getting together, right? I'm not.
Because even like I said, what they're doing is desensitizing our people to it, to make it a little bit more friendly and a little bit more inviting.
Enticing, yes.
That's right. That's exactly what they're doing. Keep reading, Doc.
Verse 6. I will wash mine hands in innocence, so will I compass thine
Jump
altar.
to verse 5.
Verse 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers.
Read on.
And will not sit with the wicked.
And will not sit with the wicked. You have brothers and sisters that love to do what? Entertain the wicked. A lot of times you don't know what you're getting yourself into, because once you entertain the wicked, you allow for those spirits to do what? Come on you, jump on you. Jump right on you, man. Read on up.
Verse 6. I will wash mine hands in innocence. So will I compass thine altar, O Lord.
Read on up.
That I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works.
And that's what we should be doing in this truth, man. That we may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works. The works that he did when he brought us out of the land of Egypt. The works that he did when he judged the Babylonians for coming against us. The works that he did for judging the Assyrians for what they did to us. And the works, all praise, that he will do for this American captivity, man. You got some more?
Let's go to the book of Haggai right quick, chapter 2. Now we'll start at chapter 1. Let's go to Haggai 1 and 7. Because like I said, remembering what we're doing, the time frame we're in, coming out of tabernacles, what should we be doing now, right? We should be able to identify our strong points and our weak points, get stronger in our weak points, right? Also get stronger in our stronger points, right? It's like you right-handed, but you want to play basketball, you need to be dribbling with your left, right? Much more than your right. But you still want to be able to dribble with the right too. So you want to make that strong and keep that strong, but now you want to work on your weak points. Read Haggai 1 and 7.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 7. Thus said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
What does the Bible say?
Consider your ways.
Consider your ways. This is what Aqua was asking. Like you said, what do you bring to the truth? What is something that you can feel like you can get better on, right? These are all parts of considering your ways. Coming out of the tabernacles, we need to consider our ways on what we can do as better with teachers, as leaders, parents, right? All parts of the game, all aspects of the game. We need to be able to consider our ways, right? Read.
Verse 8, go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, said the Lord.
So right now, coming out of the tabernacle, we should be building our spiritual houses, right? And the Lord said that if we do that on his time frame, on his judgment, on his clock, which is what keeping the commandments, then he said he will be what? Satisfied. We want to make sure that our spiritual tabernacles are satisfying to the Most High God right now. Read.
Verse 9, ye look for
Salaki, he said, I will take pleasure. I said satisfied, but the scripture says that he will take pleasure in our spiritual houses, right? This tabernacle that we are trying to build and consider our ways. See, it's one thing for you to sit here and lie. Oh, well, yeah, I'm a great reader. And you over here, and the Lord said to put this, and you read like that. Come on, you know you can get better at reading, right? It's one thing to say that. But the Lord said he'll have pleasure of you building this house and continually building on it, right? You build on your pronunciation, right? Then you build on your wordplay, right? Then you build on what? Putting it together, right? This is what the Lord wants us to do in this time frame coming out of the tabernacles. Read on.
Verse 9, ye looked for much, and lo, it came to little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why? Said the Lord of hosts, because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house.
So the Lord said, when you build, you're trying to build up upon it, but are you actually building upon it, or are you just what, trying to look, you're looking upon it, right? You're talking upon it, right? You're saying this, but you're not actually showing it and doing it. So the Lord said, now when I blow upon it, and things get back worse than what they were in the first state, you wonder why. He said, why? It's because you're not taking this thing serious enough as it needs to be taken. We coming out of tabernacles, we need to take this thing seriously, right? We need to make sure that our spirits are growing at this time, right? Go ahead.
Verse 10, therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit.
And then what is that going into? What is that word that is going into right here? One word. Start with an L. The heaven is stayed from dew. One word. What is this going into? Read verse 10 again.
Verse 10 from the top. Therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit.
How is the earth stayed from her fruit?
Because it's not growing, it's not multiplying.
What would cause something to not grow?
Foundation.
Now in the scriptures, what did the Lord always put on? Huh? A famine. Yes. Famine, right? This is how the Lord will do our spirits. He will famine our spirits, right? It won't nourish, right? It won't be able to grow. If we don't take this thing serious, man. If we don't try to add them to us, looking at who we were 5 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 days ago, if you're not trying to grow in it, the Lord will what? Famine your spirit and not have it grow. You won't be able to produce fruit and dew. I'm going to tell you, man, the dew is a wonderful thing, man. Man, I left a shirt outside the other day, man. It was just so wet, man, and it was on my truck. It's just like, man, this is how you know that the Lord is real. What is this? What is this? Where did it come from? The grass just wet, shirt wet, and it wasn't even on the ground. But the dew is a wonderful thing, man. The Lord said, read 10 again.
Verse 10 from the top. Therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit.
And the earth will stay from her fruit. You won't be producing the fruit that you need to produce in order to be that true light to the world. Read on.
Verse 11. And I call for a drought upon the land.
See that? That drought going into that famine. I called upon a drought on the land. Read.
And upon the mountains. And upon the corn. And upon the new wine.
The old wine?
The new wine.
The new wine, right? What are we trying to produce in our bodies? We're trying to make our bodies what? New wine. You don't put old wine in what? New bottles, right? So the Lord said, I would drought or put a drought or what? A famine on your new wine. You're trying to grow into to being that new brother or that new sister. Well, I'm gonna put you on hold because you're not taking it serious. You're not doing this thing and being capable as I know you can. Read on.
And upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands.
And upon all your labor of your hands. Jump over to chapter 2 right quick. So we don't want that drought in our spirit. Like this class, spiritual examination. You don't want a drought in your spirit. You don't want not to have dew when you wake up in the morning, right? That spiritual guidance or something guiding you in the morning. Hey, I'll praise to the Most High God, man. This is a great day the Lord has given me. I'm going to what produce. I'm going to bring forth fruit. I'm going to what be recognized as a true king, as a true princess. That's the dew that you want every morning. You want that dew to hit you every morning. You want to wake up proud to be an Israelite, man. Proud to be chosen. Proud to be what? A prospect for the Most High God. Because whether y'all know it or not, that's what we are. We prospects. Y'all know what a prospect is? The Lord just trying to see if he can use you for the kingdom.
That's right.
You want to be proud. That's that duty we want to have. Chapter 2, verse 1.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2, and verse 1. In the 7th month, in the 21st day of the month, came the word of the Lord by the prophet Haggai, saying,
In the 7th month. Here we go. We always referring back to the 7th month. You see this?
Hold up, real quick. What just happened? Brother Renard.
Good questions.
What just happened? Based upon verse 1. Because we want brothers to be in tune with that thing, man. What literally just happened? I need brothers to know this. Daoud, what just happened? A few days later. What you saying, Brother Renard? Don't be shy, man.
I'm just thinking about the 1 and 20th day of the month.
Yeah. What happened? What just happened?
Is it like a new moon?
New moon will start on what day?
I mean, you can run it through it. If you can run it down, but what just literally happened?
Help him out. Tabernacle.
Just came out of tabernacle.
That's right. 7th month. Tabernacle is what? 7th month on what day? 15th day. Brews need to associate themselves with that. When y'all are saying that, 7th month on 10th day, that is what day? Atonement. 7th day on the 1st day is what? 8th month on the 1st day. 9th month on the 1st day. It's not going to say new moon in the scriptures. Remember, we can't be lazy with that. Most High God really want us to understand what we are reading. So when you see 7th month on these particular days, you have to put yourself in that mindset. Oh, dang, they just had a tabernacle. 5 days.
This is why we're going here. This is exactly why we're going here. I'll praise to the Most High for putting that spirit out there to let you know. This is why we're going here. Because this is the 7th month. We just came out of tabernacles. Did we not just come out of tabernacle? The same thing. Haggai is giving us, the minor prophet Haggai is giving us understanding that what you have to have that dew and have that fruit producing after you come out of the tabernacles, right? Read 2 and 1 again.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2, and verse 1. In the 7th month, in the 21st day of the month, came the word of the Lord by the prophet Haggai, saying,
Read.
Speak now to Zerubbabel and the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and to the residue of the people, saying
what?
Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory?
Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory? Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory? Read.
And how do you see it now?
And how do you see it now? These are great questions, man. Who saw this house in the first estate that it was in, and how do you see this house right now?
That's right.
Read.
Is it in your is it not in your eyes in comparison of it as nothing?
Say, man, this is a heavy scripture, man.
That's right.
Read that last part again.
Is it not in your eyes in comparison of as nothing?
Do you not see this? What we're trying to get you to understand? Or is it not in your eyes a comparison of what? Where you came from to where you are now? Man, this is heavy, man. Are you not looking at this thing like that? It's fine to go to Tabernacles and have a great time. But are you not in the spirit or looking at this house, seeing where it started and seeing where it can be right now? Has it grown?
That's right.
Are you not comparing it? Is this not a comparison in your mind? That guy asking a great question. Go ahead, Doc.
Because the thing is, who knows the backstory to Haggai? You need to know that. What was Haggai doing during this time? And if brothers don't know it, whatever the brother's about to say, if it's correct, brothers need to write it down. If you know you ain't reading over these things, well, brothers need to be keen on writing key words to show you what this going over. What is it going over? Brother, you right?
It's after the Persian Medes captivity.
Uh-huh.
When Cyrus gave the decree to build the house of the Lord.
That's right. That's exactly what this is going into. Haggai is rebuilding the temple that the Babylonians destroyed. If brothers don't know that, brothers need to write it down. Go ahead, Al.
Then how you want?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Read 3 again.
Verse 3 from the top. Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory?
Uh-huh.
And how do you see it now?
So who saw the house in its first glory, and now we're rebuilding this thing? How do we see it and look at it now, right? Is it in comparison to the first house built? Is it greater? Do we have greater works that we put into this house right now? Right? Read on.
Is it real quick? I gotta make sure brothers is paying attention. Brother Fred, when was the house in its first glory?
I would say when King David had Solomon to build the house.
That's right.
All praise.
Come.
You would say right. All praises. Go ahead. Read 3 again.
Verse 3 from the top. Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory? And how do ye see it now? Is it not in your eyes in comparison of it as nothing?
So, man, we should be comparing these tabernacles, man. You should be comparing where you started in the truth to where you are now. Before tabernacles, after the tabernacles, right? How's my spirit now, or how's it resonating with me now after the tabernacles, right? Rebuilding this thing. Am I in the spirit of rebuilding this thing, right? Read on.
Verse 4. Yet now be strong, O Zerubbabel, said the Lord.
Read on.
And be strong, O Joshua, son of Zedek, the high priest.
Read.
And be strong, all ye people of the land, said the Lord, and work, for I am with you, said the Lord of hosts.
So the main thing that Haggai was giving us to be what? Be strong, man. Because coming out of the 7th month, we're going, like I said before we talked about it, now we're coming into the mean season, right? And in order to get and to keep your spirit aligned with where it needs to be, you have to be strong, man. That's right. Right? It's a lot of things, man, because the 7th month it ends like the harvest, right? I'm talking about it goes deep into the spirit, in the spiritual aspect of this thing. The 7th month pretty much ends the harvest time, right? So like we saying, you're basically having to what do who are those people that hold the stuff, the animals that hold the stuff in their jaws? Chipmunks or whatever they do. They hold it, but they hold it for what? For around this time. For the winter time, right? I think bears do this too. Yeah, store of food. They hibernate, they store food. We have to make sure that we store up spiritual food right now for this mean season that's about to come, man. Hope brothers and sisters see this in the spiritual aspect of it. Go ahead, Doc.
Man, that thing is heavy. Jump down and read verse number 10. Because even like what Ak is touching on, verse number 9.
Great. Read.
Verse 10.
No, read verse 9.
Oh, verse 9, Shalaki. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former.
Read that again, Ak.
Verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former.
Do brothers and sisters see how heavy that is? You want your latter house to be greater than the former house. Make sure brothers underline and read it again from the top. Ak.
This is the book of Haggai chapter 2 verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former.
Read on.
Said the Lord of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, said the Lord of hosts.
So when you're doing the things that you're supposed to, guess what? That house should be greater than when you started, man. The latter house should always be greater than that former, brother. And then when you're doing those things, that's when the Most High God does what? Gives you peace. Brothers, make sure that you home in that point and highlight that, man. And comparing spiritual things to spiritual things. All praise that Captain Yard brought this out, man. Those things is a heavy, heavy point. Underline that chapter, man, because it's going into the comparisons of the temple. The latter temple versus this new temple that they was building, man. And you have to weigh these things in the balance, man. Let's go back to that Psalm chapter 26. That was a great, great precept, man. Make sure y'all write that down, man. Home in that point.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 26, and verse 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers.
Read on.
And will not sit with the wicked.
Read on.
I will wash mine hands in innocence. So will I compass thine altar, O Lord.
Read on.
That I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works.
And that's what our job is, man, to tell of the Most High God's wondrous works. How he done took us from those drug dealers, whoremongers. Now he's raising us up, what? Young Israelite men that are protectors and providers for their nation of people, man. Read on now.
Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house.
Read that part again now.
Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwelleth.
It said, we have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwelleth, man. These are some things. We know that the Most High God dwells in the scriptures. We understand this on a spiritual level. Read on out.
Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men.
And you pray that the Most High God, that you can examine these things, that you are not associating yourselves with these particular type of spirits. Read on.
In whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity.
Read verse 11 again.
Verse 11 from the top. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity.
We have to walk in integrity. Read on.
Redeem me and be merciful unto me. My foot standeth in an even place, and the congregations will I bless the Lord.
And we want the Most High God to continue to bless us as a congregation, man. And more so as a nation of people, man. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 9. Only take heed to thyself.
The Most High God, even in the law, he always told us to do what? Take heed of thyself. That is another word for what? Examine yourselves. Saying the same thing. So brothers should be able to do what? Link up the precepts when we pulled in what? 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Remember, the New Testament is doing what? Just reiterating the Old Testament. That's all that it is ever doing. That's all that it's doing. So when y'all are reading the New Testament, that's where you pray for the Spirit. Hey, what was this said in the New? In the Old? That's why you have to be very accustomed to the Old Testament. That's why Christians, they don't know what the hell is going on, man. They don't, man. Because they don't what? They don't read the Old Testament. So they thinking when it comes to the New Testament that Paul is saying something different from what Moses wrote, or from what Joshua wrote, or from what the prophets in the Old Testament wrote. They not saying nothing different. Read verse 9 again.
Verse 9 from the top. Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligent, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Meaning if you're not examining yourselves, guess what? You can quickly become what? Reprobate. Saying the same exact thing. Least you forget what your eyes have seen, meaning what? All the miracles that the Most High God did for us. The destruction that he caused to the Egyptians to bring us up out of captivity. Think about it, man. We take this on a spiritual level. Think about all the destruction and how he took our spirit captive away from all the wickedness of this world. You have to always see the spiritual implications in this, man. Read on now.
Unless they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
Read on.
But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Read on.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb.
Especially, he's putting emphasis on this. Read on now.
When the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together.
Read on.
And I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children.
And that they may teach their children, man. This is so heavy because what? We keep passing down that understanding. That's why that generation does what? Become better than our generation. Once we are teaching and establishing our churches so this thing can do what? Keep going on and on and on. That's why it's pivotal that the Most High God commanded us to teach our children. That's why the household is very much needed. That's why we are on brothers for not, and sisters, for making sure that they go through the proper process so we can keep these things going. This is what Esau done. They've done broken down us as a Israelite family structure, man. That's why we see the world the way it is today. Us as a nation of people, because what? They done got us to broke this law, to stop passing this thing down from children to children and implement these things, man. You brothers and sisters see this. Make sure y'all write 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5 with that. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 23.
This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 23. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgressions and my sin.
So Job was asking, how many are my iniquities and my sins? We know that what we deal with. Read it again, book, chapter, and verse out.
This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 23. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin.
And my what?
And my sin.
Read on now.
Wherefore hidest thou thy face and holdest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro? And wilt thou pursue the dry stubble?
Jump up to verse 23 again.
Verse 23 from the top. How many are mine iniquities and sins?
So we know what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know what you don't do. Read on out.
Make me to know my transgression and my sin.
You want the Most High God to make you know what you are doing wrong according to the scriptures, man. And he does that through what? Through the scriptures and through counsel, where brothers can see certain spirits that brothers and sisters are dealing with, and he may put it on a leader's spirit to do what? To address those things, man. And hopefully you'll take account of those things and do what? Overcome those things with the proper precepts. That's what these things is all about. Self-examination. That's what the class is all about, man. Knowing the things that you deal with and putting, guess what? Laws in place to overcome those things. Read on up.
Wherefore hidest thou thy face?
And we don't want the Most High God to hide his face from us, because when he hides his face from us, we know that judgment is soon behind that thing, man. Read on up.
And holdest me for thine enemy.
And holdest me for thine enemy. Meaning what? Judgment. Have the other nations come in and do what? Destroy us as a nation of people. And this is a good example. Put that back up. It's a great example. You got to hold that mirror into your face at times, man. To see, even like it says in the book of James, man. He said that thing. Let's get that right quick. Let's go to the book of James. Sometimes you got to look that man in the mirror, man, and be honest with yourself. Coming up. James chapter 1 and verse 20. Start at verse 22.
This book of James chapter 1 and verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
So the scriptures is plain that we must keep the commandments. You cannot just be a hearer of the word. Read on.
For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
Read on.
For he beholdeth himself.
For he beholdeth themselves. They see themselves in that mirror. Read on.
And goeth his way.
And goeth his way, meaning you leave that mirror. Read on.
And straightway forgetting what manner of man he was.
Once you leave that mirror and holding up the Bible versus yourself, you forget who you were. The Bible is saying don't be like that, man. Always remember what's required of you. Do brothers and sisters understand that? And a lot of times, this is a physical implication, man. Sometimes you got to do that thing literally, man. Look at the man in the mirror and see what's really going on, man. You got something, Brother Uriah, with you? Oh. Read on up.
Verse 25. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continue therein.
The perfect law of liberty is going into what? Grace. Just going into grace. Read on.
He being not a forgetful hearer.
Because it's the key word. The key word there is what? Liberty. Read on.
But a doer of the work.
He says, but he being a forgetful hearer. Because the thing is, this is heavy. You see brothers and sisters in the class, but as soon as they walk outside them doors, they are what? A forgetful hearer. Don't remember a damn thing that was coming out. Nothing. Just like Christian. You asking them when they come out of church, man, what was the lesson on? Oh no, but it sure was good. Preacher, who pastor, but he run it pastor. He ran that thing, but they don't even know what it was even about. He shucked and jived. But you don't remember no Bible verses that was brought out. Read on up.
But a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deeds.
But a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deeds, man. Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 12. We're in there.
Let me get a precept real quick before we go there. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 3. Read verse 17 and 18. This is a precept you want to put with this, man. You want to put this with James 1, 22 and 23. Especially 23. It says, he's beholding his natural face in a glass.
Y'all know what that means? Raining, lock the doors. Ain't nobody going no damn way. Having Bible study all day. Look, sister, I'm finna go and stay right here.
2 Corinthians 3 and 17.
This book of 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 17. Now the Lord is that spirit. And where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty.
So where liberty going into what? That grace, right? Go ahead.
But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass.
Open face, beholding as in a glass. Read.
The glory of the Lord. Or changed into the same image.
Or what?
Or changed into the same image.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be changed into the same image. Read.
From glory to glory.
From glory to glory. Right? We're trying to behold ourselves and change that image from glory to glory. Read.
Even as by the Spirit of the Lord.
Because Christ did the same thing, right? He's from glory to glory, right? We want to have that same
Easy way to remember it. Dark races rule first, white races rule last. Easy way to remember it.
I got it written down, but I don't want to look at it.
Come on. Help him out, Brother Daoud.
Egypt, Assyria,
Hold up.
Egypt, Assyria, Babylonia, Persian, Medes,
Yes. Keep it simple. Dark races, white races rule last. Egypt, Assyria, Babylonians, Persian and Medes, Greeks, Romans, Americans. Your brothers and sisters understand that. Who knows the 7 Edomite empires?
Sisters. Can y'all name the 7 Edomite empire?
Come on, sister.
Brothers, and brothers, y'all don't got this, y'all better write it down too.
For real.
The 7 Edomite empire.
Sister Keo. Who you gonna call her?
Shoot, you got the right one.
Your name is Sister Keo, ain't it?
Hey, she was looking around. You had other sisters in the hand, and she was looking around. Yep.
Yes, Mama Mariah. That Mama Mariah, she gonna make a way for them daughters.
She is, man. Well, you didn't say
Just say it, baby.
you didn't say in order, baby.
We've been saying it in order for 20 years, but
he didn't say it.
My daughters get an exception. Yes, the 7 Edomite empires.
Is it Greece?
I don't know.
Okay, Greece, Rome, France, Spain, Germany, Russia, Great Britain.
Come
Man,
on.
all praise. Y'all write that down. Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain. I remember I did a rap to it. That's how I remember it. Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain. So those are the 7 Edomite empires in order. Make sure you write these things down, man. We gotta have this is good for knowledge, man.
That's right. Let's go to the last precept. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 12. Is it pouring down rain in Ezra?
Okay.
Go raise them up. Oh, okay. Say it again, huh? Psalms chapter 19, verse 12. Last precept we'll go to.
This book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 12. Who can understand his errors?
Read that again, huh?
Who can understand his errors?
Who can understand his errors? Think about it, man. That's some stuff to kind of meditate on. Who can understand his errors? We can if we do what? Examine ourselves. You can understand your errors by comparing what you are doing to thus what the Lord says. Read it again from the top, book, chapter, and verse.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 12. Who can understand his errors?
Read on.
Cleanse thou me from secret faults.
Read it again, huh?
Cleanse thou me from secret faults.
We pray that the Most High God does what? Cleanse us from secret faults, secret sins, things that brothers and sisters got hid in the closet that if they was told and brought in front of the congregation, boy, we'll probably never see them again. We want the Most High God because that's what this opportunity in grace and in liberty is for. To guess what? To cleanse yourselves from those particular things, man. Whether it's lust, whether it's envy, whether it's hatred, whether it's any particular sin that you deal with. Read on up.
Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins.
Keep back thy servant from presumptuous sin. Presumptuous sin is meaning you know something is wrong, but you still do it anyway. You playing dumb about the situation. Cannot be presumptuous about that. Read on up.
Let them not have dominion over me.
Hey, you don't want these particular spirits to do it, have dominion over you. Because once they have dominion over you, they're what? They're basically your God. And Satan rules over you. Like it says in the book of Romans 6 and 14. Read on.
Then shall I be upright.
Then shall I be upright. Once you're able to do what? Overcome these sins. Read on.
And I shall be innocent from the great transgression.
And I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Meaning what? What is the great transgression?
Breaking his laws.
Breaking his laws, but ultimately when he sends Christ back. That's that great one. That's why it's emphasis on great. When you don't have no more place of repentance, ball game is on. Practice is over with. Read on out.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight.
And this is something that we got to constantly pray for. Read on out.
O Lord, my strength and my redeemer.
O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. And with that, we say shalom. We always tell brothers and sisters to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We'll wait till I get back up. Good. We always tell brothers and sisters to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So we always like to end with a law. Let's go back to what? Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9. Let me see. Which daughter of Azariah do we want to call on? Which two are the oldest? Well, look at she eyes got bigger. No, come on. I'm 12. I'm 12 today. I'm in the middle. I asked Brother Azariah, which one the oldest? Oh, yeah. Our punk daughter.
Yes, sir.
What is love according to the Bible? Do you know, sis? Let me see if you know. Because I seen you over there taking something else. Even though we didn't touch on it, I just want to see where you at. Don't be looking at daddy and mom.
Don't be looking at mom.
Don't be looking at mom.
Turn around.
Yeah, I'll let your sister help you.
Yeah, I can help you.
Well, let me hear from you then, sis. Do you know it? Don't be shy now. You're out there spiking that volleyball on us. What is it, sis?
Went to the note.
What Bible verse is it? What?
Close. You got the right numbers, but the wrong book.
Yeah.
You got your notes. What you got right there? You sure it's a Galatians 3 for love?
No. We read the law. Let me just ask the sisters real quick.
You got the right numbers. Wrong book. You gotta have another book around there. What's the, you said another book?
Sister Naya, help your younger sisters out. Sister Naya, she over there. What you eating on?
For real. She gonna show up.
And what is love, Sister Naya? 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Love is the keeping of God's commandments.
Right.
We have to get that out. But let's read the law. Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently.
It says, only take heed to thyself, meaning what? Examine yourself on a day-to-day basis. Read on out.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Lest you forget the things that your eyes have seen, meaning what? What are we seeing today? We're seeing the words on the book because we weren't in the past. So we see the words that's on the book, on the Holy Bible. And that's how we can understand what happened in the past. Read on out.
Unless they depart from thy heart.
Unless they depart from your mind. You forget the law. Becoming what? Reprobate. Read on.
All the days of thy life.
All the days of thy life. Read on up.
But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
And that's why it's diligently for us as a nation of people to do what? Pass this understanding down to what? To our children. So they can pass it down to their children. Read on up.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb, when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. And that's the point of that we may learn to fear the Most High God all the days of our life and teach our children.
We don't know how heavy that is, man. But with that, we give all honor and praise to the Most High. We say shalom.